Hi folks, Joe Bongiovanni here from the Kettle Pond Institute for Debt-Free Money. It's what the Kettle Pond Institute is all about. We want to have a new monetary system in which money comes into existence as a part of the monetary system to serve for the means of exchange between production and consumption. And the fact that there is absolutely no reason for that money to be issued as a debt. And it is the fact that the money that is issued as a debt that contributes to both excessive private debt at this time and quasi-excessive public debt as well. A couple of days ago, the IMF came out with a report that said that public debt situation is the worst it's been in 200 years. I don't really know, what that means, because whatever happened 200 years ago, we recovered from it. But the fact of the matter is that debt is a problem. Debt is the most serious problem, as a matter of fact, that we have in our global economy. There's too much debt and there's not enough money. So that makes me a monetary reformer. And as a monetary reformer, of all the years that I've been a monetary reformer, it enables me to go out and to talk about reforming the money system in a way that makes sense. Now that puts me, as in the past, at odds with the modern monetary theory people. As soon as I found modern monetary theory as a theory, as a construct, I started making videos about the various points that I thought they failed on. And I'm going to put a link up to just a couple of the discussions that I've had on my YouTube channel, our YouTube channel at Kettle Pond Institute, which is the Economic Stability YouTube channel. But this point right here is more about the fact that Yves Smith at Naked Capitalism is against debt-free money. Okay? She thinks she understands debt-free money, but she doesn't have a clue about debt-free money. Not a clue. Okay? But because she's the commander-in-chief at Naked Capitalism, she can determine who gets to leave comments and not get to leave comments. Now, in this regard, I left some comments a couple of days ago under my name Greenie43, which is a nom de keyboard, if you will, that I had to pick up because Yves had shut me off from making comments under my name Joe Bongiovanni, under my name Joe Behead, that I used to leave comments on. And so I surreptitiously make efforts to contribute to the dialogue. This right here is the most critical stuff that I'm doing against Naked Capitalism. So this is the kind of thing that she should try to be keeping me from saying, but she will not be able to keep me from saying it because I know what I'm talking about, and I'm very confident in the things that I talk about. So when they had the posting of essays, another of the students at UMKC posting. No, I'm sorry, this was the second one. This was actually not UMKC posting. This was actually, it is a student at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. It's Samuel Ellen Bogan. And he posted stuff, a thing about essays in monetary theory and policy on the nature of money. And he's going to tell us about the nature of money based on his learning of the nature of money from Randy Ray and the other teachers over there, who tell him that, well, this is a sovereign fiat money system. A sovereign fiat money system, the government is the monopoly issuer of the currency, which is false. But a big dialogue happened after from Mexico, one of Yves' very prolific commenters left a comment in which he said a couple of things. Number one, I didn't realize there were so many different schools within the monetary reform movement until a thread here on NC a couple of weeks ago. And he cites Vincent Huang's say, I followed a number of the links from various comments. I hope there were some that I left. I found was a million flowers blooming in the field of monetary reform. Besides MMT and the currencies and Steve Keen's proposals and Michael Hudson's proposals, and the Chicago Plant Schoolers, as he calls them, the Chicago Plant Schoolers, which I say are Sadi School, Frederick Sadi School of Money students, okay? But this is what he said to close his comment. The hardest hitting and least fact challenged critiques of MMT come neither from the right nor from their neoclassical economists. They come from other schools within the monetary reform movement. To be candid, many of them come from former MMTers, okay? Or from people who might even still consider themselves MMTers, so Mark Lavoie, who tried to explain to MMT that, their persistence in defending indefensible postures is going to cause them in the long run. And that's the same criticism that I level at MMT. Because what I know about MMT is that everybody that believes in it is on the right side of good, of the public good. So they all think they know about money, but they don't know about money. They know a construct, okay? And the construct, unfortunately, is not made up of parts that work together. So it's one of those things, well, you can't get there from here, okay? From here, when we have a indefensible, debt-based, monetary asset issuing, private banker-based system of money that the MMTers call the government being the monopoly issuer of the currency. Okay? Now there's one that just don't work. And it stands in the way of all the progress that MMT wants to. So I'm hopeful that MMT and monetary reformers can come together. But I abhor the fact that Yves Smith is not allowing a dialogue. And from what I understand, and there was a thread on Naked Capitalism about this again, and I did comment on it, by the way, at length, and I actually thank them for posting my comment at length at that time, not knowing it was me, about the fact that Yves took the same tack working with the alternate banking group, okay, that, and I'm sorry, the alternate banking group at Occupy, which she put a lot of time into, and so did a lot of other people, and I know a lot of people who worked on that, and they say Yves' job to come every week and to make sure nobody talked about debt-free money. And there's a guy from Sweden who will swear to that. So here's the thing. Solving all the problems that we have requires really all the best minds out in the world out there to get together, and not to come together, for understanding, but to come together to an understanding of what is going on and how things work. And the reason that progressives in this country have been in favor of public money, and public money is debt-free money. We call it debt-free money because we want it issued without debt like greenbacks were, but really it's public money. It's issuance of money by public monetary authority, public money administration, however you want to call it. As called for by the early, those Chicago Plan schoolers, the Chicago Plan advocates that gave it to FDR. They gave a debt-free money proposal to FDR, and the person who picked up on it most was Wallace. FDR's then Secretary of Agriculture, went on to many other positions, went on to run for president. But FDR was not willing to take it on. Now I don't blame FDR in a way, because he took on so much other stuff, the trusts, other corporate powers, and he did it full of vigor and vehemence in a way that's so remarkable. Can you imagine? Just think of Barack Obama having the balls that FDR had. So this is an idea that's been around for a long time. But Eve Smith can't see it. Eve Smith says there's nothing to it. Eve Smith says, she can dismiss it out of hand because she thinks she knows something about it. I'm here, Eve. You can make videos and I can make videos, and we can debate back and forth about whether debt-free money means anything or has any role to play or why it has any role to play. And she knows, because I wrote to her and said why it's so important that we continue the dialogue. So I hope, what I'm hoping for is that the dialogue that From Mexico identified as being the most, I don't want to say well informed, he didn't put it that way, but he said the best and least fact challenged, from the monetary reformers. People deserve to know why and how this debate is evolving and should be evolving, and we should all have a say in it. Thanks very much.